Hey guys, and welcome back for another video. So today we got kind of a treat. We got a trailer for the new Living World, but just last week we also got the teaser trailer for the whole of Season 4. You'll probably be seeing the footage from the teaser trailer leading up to this, and we will take a quick moment to look at least the last few shots of that teaser before moving into the new trailer. The beginning part of the teaser trailer was mostly just a recap of literally everything that's happened in Guild Wars. But at the very end, we did get a little taste of what I think this next trailer is going to be about. At the last bit of this, it does look like we're still in Amnoon. I'm not sure if they're going to do an instanced version of this area or not for this, but you can see that the branded influence is very much there, and it looks like we can see some branded griffins flying around. Now, when this came out last week, it did get me pretty hyped, but there's only so much that you can get out of these last couple of frames. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the new trailer that just came out today.
We, the gods, saw there could be no victory in our inevitable conflict with the Elder Dragons.
If you won't join the fight against the dragons, I'll see you all burn with them.
That conflict could only end in two ways: the ruin of the Six, or the utter destruction of Tyrion's magical balance.
We only handed an elder dragon the energy of a god. What could go wrong?
Yeah, we did kind of feed him the energy.
The Awakened have been terrorizing our town.
Alright, this looks like a new map.
Caging anyone who resists. I don't know how much longer we can survive.
Huh.
Aurene?
Aurene's already back.
Hope she still remembers who her friends are.
Huh. Alright, yeah, alright, so we knew November 28th. It looks like Aurene, they might be setting up Aurene to be a bad guy. I'm not too crazy about that, but maybe it's temporary. Maybe it doesn't last that long. Wow, alright, so we kind of got the recap from Cormyr. I believe that's what was said to us at the end of Path of Fire. Well, not at the end, but through the course of the story towards the end. And we sort of got the recap of the end of Path of Fire involving Balthazar. But yeah, it definitely looks like we're headed to a new map. It's still got that nice Alolan look to it, which I'm very excited about. I do not know where we're headed though, so... But let's take another look at the trailer, and we'll just stop anytime we see anything worth mentioning.
We, the gods, saw there could be no victory in our inevitable conflict with the Elder Dragons.
If you won't join the fight against the dragons, I'll see you all burn with them.
That conflict could only end in two ways: the ruin of the Six, or the utter destruction of Tyrion's magical balance.
We only handed an elder dragon the energy of a god. What could go wrong?
Okay, let's stop it there. Okay, so up until now, it's more or less a recap of at least the Path of Fire story's end. So, you know, spoilers as in the thumbnail, but basically the gods ended up leaving Tyria to kind of protect humanity, or at least not make it worse. Apparently a fight with the Elder Dragons would be cataclysmic, and killing the Elder Dragons will throw off the magical balance, as we've seen from the dragons we have taken out so far. So yeah, we get Cormyr kind of just summing up that little tidbit of information, and then we kind of move on to this thing that Ritlock says that I guess is true, but also, I don't know, I'm not sure how much I buy into it. Because, alright, he says that we've given the power of a god to an Elder Dragon, but we absolutely have not done that, at least as far as I understood it. At least my understanding was that Balthazar was depleted of magic and needed to absorb the Elder Dragons. He did so, and that was all the magic he had. I mean, he might have had a little god magic, but not most of it. So we got the Bloodstone magic and the little bit that he did manage to siphon off of Jormag and Primordus. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not really the power of a god as much as... I mean, Kralkatorrik has a lot more magic than he or she once had. It once had. Regardless, Kralkatorrik is stronger than before, but to say that it's god magic that it now has, like, I'm hoping this is Rytlock just being dramatic and they're not just kind of writing this off now. But we'll see, I guess. Let's keep going though.
The Awakened have been...
Alright, so we'll stop it here. It looks like this is one of the better shots of the obvious new map that we'll be getting. This is a nighttime shot, so who knows what it looks like in the daytime. I think we get some shots of that later as well. And if you look at the ground in this shot, you can see that it's got grass. It's got some life in it. I'm thinking this might mean we're a little bit closer to some water. And if you look at the world map, I mean, this doesn't really narrow it down. I actually just took a quick look just to kind of verify this for myself, and there are plenty of candidates. Now, depending on how green this is, it might help narrow it down a little bit. But still, I mean, I believe we are headed south of the Path of Fire maps, so there are a few locations that have water. I'm not sure how many of these are, lush with plant life. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, it's just it's a good-looking map. It looks like the other Path of Fire maps, but that's no complaint coming from me. But yeah, let's move on past this.
Terrorizing our town. Caging anyone who resists.
All right, let's stop it here. This is an interesting line to me because, all right, so they say that the Awakened are caging people who resist, and we've got this really cool kind of mountain just full of caged people, full of captives that I imagine we'll probably try and rescue, at least if we can. But this implies a couple of things to me, and that is that Palawa Joko is maybe going to make his return in this episode, maybe? I don't know. I believe we saw a statue a little bit further into the trailer, but that doesn't really confirm anything. I mean, he's been a ruler for long enough that he probably has a statue or two. But yeah, what I'm getting at here is I'm pretty sure the Awakened only move under Joko's command. So I'm thinking this might be confirmation that maybe not in this episode, but pretty soon we might be dealing with him again. And if you recall, we kind of left him high and dry during the expansion. So this could be real bad, or it could be really funny, really interesting. You never really know with Palawa Joko, right? So let's keep going.
I don't know how much longer we can survive.
All right, so we'll stop it here. This is that statue that I referenced earlier. This is just it is quite a large statue of Joko, so maybe they are really trying to drive it home. I mean, they just showed us the cages, and now they're showing us statues of Joko. But only so much you can get out of that, so we'll keep going. All right, so if we stop here, you can see that there's actually a dock with some boats, and I guess I was just thinking of other things. I totally didn't notice this, so... Yeah, there's actually a dock. It looks like it's right on the ocean, so that might also help narrow this down that much more as far as where this map's actually going to be. And if we play this...
Aurene!
Alright, yeah, you see Aurene shows up and then immediately destroys one of these ships that look like friendly ships, so I'm not sure what that's about. What Rytlock says here in a second kind of backs up the whole bad Aurene thing, but I'm just hoping this is them trying to misdirect the community and it's not actually as bad as it sort of looks here. I'll play ahead so you can hear Rytlock.
Hope she still remembers who her friends are.
Right, so here he says, I hope she remembers who her friends are, and that's right after she blew up the boat in the trailer at least. So yeah, it kind of seems like they're trying to drive that home, but I really don't want that to be a thing. I mean, I guess maybe it was inevitable. I don't know. I'm really hoping this is a misdirect. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish this trailer out because we're almost done. All right, yeah, so that again is the trailer. I am gonna back it up to just before this ended because there's a little bit of something to talk about here. So we see a boat. Aurene just destroys that boat right away. Rytlock is worried that maybe Aurene has kind of changed somehow. And she did absorb some of Balthazar's magic, which again, I don't think is god magic, and I don't think would taint her or something like that, but we'll see. But yeah, so they kind of set it up. They have her kill this ship. They have Rytlock give his line that kind of confirms, oh no, she might be bad. And then in this last shot, which I really like actually, this is pretty epic, we have Aurene flying in, and it looks like flying in to attack a branded creature. So I suppose if anything is wrong with Aurene, it might be that little bit of Balthazar that she got that maybe made her hate people. I have no idea. I'm really curious to see where this one goes. Also, I did say that Aurene is attacking a branded creature, but if you kind of watch the last couple of frames play out, you can see that this isn't any creature. This is actually a dragon. I originally just thought this was like a branded drake or something, but in the last couple of clips, it zooms out just enough that you can see some wings flapping. This is pretty exciting. I don't know. I'm pumped for there to be little dragon minions to fight that are actually dragons. It seems like up until now, it's kind of more or less been, you know, enemies that obviously are of the Elder Dragon that we're dealing with, but they aren't little dragons. It's always just like a re-theming of something that we've either already seen or new enemies, which are definitely cool in their own right, but aren't dragons. I just want little dragons to fight, guys. Now, seeing as this at least appears to be some kind of dragon minion, I don't know if it's a lieutenant. Those tend to be pretty large, and I don't know, it's hard to see in this final scene because Aurene could be farther away than she seems. I mean, it's just open sky. We can't really like gauge the size of Aurene now that she's absorbed this magic and kind of had this rapid growth at the end of Path of Fire. I don't know, guys. You let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you think maybe that's a full-sized dragon lieutenant, or if maybe we're just sort of dealing with like a regular event boss that won't take very long to deal with. I'm hoping that it's something a little bit more than that, but you know, maybe I should know by now that that's probably not going to be the case, right? Anyway, guys, yeah, that was the trailer. I do have one other thing that I want to talk about. I saw a link on Reddit to an MMORPG article about this specific release, and it would seem that, at least on this article, it's confirmed that we're getting a new Fractal and Raid alongside this Living World release. So that's going to be a lot of content come next Tuesday, guys. That's the 28th is going to be just full of things to do in Guild Wars 2. It's going to be good. But yeah, guys, that's it. I just wanted to throw that in there for those of you who were kind enough to kind of sit out this long ranty video to the end. And you've probably already seen it on Reddit yourself, right? So I will be doing a follow-up video when this actually releases, talking about what we actually got. I don't know how much I want to delve into story type stuff, but at the very least, I'd like to talk about each of these releases as they come out, and at least talk about what we got in terms of rewards and events and things like that. I kind of came in at a weird place with Living World Season 3, and I did the reaction trailers, but never really followed up with what we actually got, and I'll try to be better about it this time, guys. I'm excited to start this season off on YouTube with you guys, so hopefully these are watchable. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
This is Real Neil with Pipes of Steel, signing off with the smooth sounds of Daybreak.